What's up, everyone? Dirch here, and if you want to know what time it is, it's Flakker time. Yes, the Flakker is back, and yes, I got one, and I got it as a world drop from a loot tink, so I don't know its source yet, but goddamn. Now, this thing, I don't have a prefix on it. It's just a ×3, not a ×5, like the casual good version of Borderlands 2. I don't know if you can get a ×5 yet. I've seen a few Flakkers out there in the wild, but not enough. So this thing is pretty sweet. You actually have the splash damage radius on here, plus 210, which is a huge improvement that Gearbox has embraced splash damage and let us know what it is. Next, I'm just going to go into the parts. So I have increased damage there. The barrel gives the splash damage radius increase, which this is a good barrel for this one then. And a massive damage bonus. The grip, more splash damage radius, sweet. Projectiles per shot, the mag gives it the +3. So I don't know if a different mag can give it +5. Scope. So those are the parts for the Flakker. Now, the Flakker in Borderlands 2 is one of those like love-hate guns. It was basically, it had a massive damage potential because it shot out, depending on parts, 3 to 5 pellets, and each of those split out into roughly 10 explosions. I don't know if it was ever confirmed. It was so hard to see and count, even doing it slow-mo, because they were overlapping, they're all random. But so with putting out all those flaks, which all had 100% damage of the main pellet, there's massive damage, but it was so spread out that a lot of times if you shoot at a single enemy, you'd only hit him with one and barely even scratch him, whereas on a big boss like Saturn, you could wreck them. So it was really kind of enemy dependent. If there was really dense enemies, it would do good, but if the enemies were kind of spread out, it was bad. So it was really a big enemy specialist gun. Now, there were ways to kind of compensate for that, make it a little better, but it wasn't very user-friendly on the small enemies. Now, if you watch me shoot this, you can see it's much more concentrated. And I can't tell how many flaks are going off, because they're going too fast and they're kind of all over. And you can see there's still a lot of spread around the area, but in that main path, you see a lot of explosions kind of rolling through it. So it should be much more effective on the average enemy and still devastating on large enemies. And that's so far what I've found with my testing. Now, this does not have 2 fire modes like a lot of torgue, so there is no sticky version. It's just rolling death. And you can see that. Now, you do have to be a certain distance, but this is really sweet on flak because, let's see if I can shoot up there at them. I don't know if I can get at them. If you're too close, the explosions won't happen by the time that enemy gets you, so like, he was barely close enough. You can see, so like, she is too close for this, so I need to get some distance. But you can kind of use your pet for that, at least with flak. So, you know, it's medium range, not close range, which some people find odd for a shotgun. But like this, I could probably just shoot right through that stuff. Wait, is that guy still over there? Well, he was. So that guy's definitely too close. But if I just kind of jump back a little bit, you can see there I killed multiple enemies. There I wasn't on target at all, and he still died. This thing has fixed a lot of the Flakker issues. I mean, and what's funny with flak, he turns all these, not all, but a lot of these explosions into, yeah, that guy off to the side died. He shouldn't have died. You see how many crits are going off on these explosions because of flak's skill, which makes flak pretty damn good with this thing. Which also probably loads some ammo in there. I mean, look at that. So like him, he still got hit a little bit. He's a slippery guy. Keeps running out of it. There she goes. Still getting used to a little bit, but these guys are funny. You just look at all. Oh, none of them crit. But typically it one-shots a lot of those people. Not always, as you saw there. But damn, this thing is legit. It's also a barrel clear. Where did he go? Wait. Rerouter, cool. So a lot of the times I've noticed I was farming this guy and using this, it just opens his backpack. It's funny. Like all of the guns I've got to like separately do the backpack. Yeah, like that turret's gonna do shit, take. I mean, this just rolls through things. And the explosions sound so good. The Flakker did not sound this good in Borderlands 2. Like, this thing sounds so good. Boom, 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 boom. And it's kind of like what the Rolling Thunder should have been. Because that's what it sounds like, is Rolling Thunder. So that's what I mean. Just get them on your pet and done. Yeah, so this thing, much improved for the smaller enemies, and it's still going to wreck the big enemies. You know, Flak is really good with this. I'd imagine Mose would be. I think Zane's just going to be good with everything. The Flakker was always complicated how it worked with chain reaction. We could never really tell because it was so hard to actually hit people with those pellets because those 5 were spread out so far. So it'll be interesting to see if this actually works better with chain reaction on this game of the morrow. But she does have the singularity effect, or the potential to have a singularity effect on some of her skills, which will be awesome with this because you group people up and it's game over. So, you know, there's some character synergy. With this, obviously, it's the Flakker. There's going to be, but also just singularity grenades are going to go really well with this. You know, you group the enemies up, and it'll take care of them so much better, and just save you ammo on it, because it is 5 ammo per shot there. It is not an inexpensive gun ammo-wise, and shotguns do not have the biggest ammo pools, so you want to make sure you're being effective with it. And if you can singularity enemies, which Amara can, it will achieve great things. But even without that, it achieves great things. And, you know, it helps that Flak can make it crit. And also, it's all splash damage, and Amara's got splash damage skills. So I gotta keep remembering that she's got splash damage skills, which will be insane with this thing because it's like all splash damage. So Amara will definitely love the Flakker. Mose will just be able to crank up the magazine and shoot it forever, which is ridiculous. I don't remember if Mose had any explosive damage. I might just be thinking general soldier. Again, Zane, I think, is just a generalist. I got to recheck all of his skill trees and remember if he's got anything specific in there. Flak makes this crazy because he can make it crit. And, yeah. Also, with Zane, you could give this to your clone. Holy fuck. Imagine a Flakker on your... Although a lot of times he's too close, he wouldn't know how to use it, so it might not be good. But it might be crazy as well. Yeah. So, that's the Flakker. They made the Flakker a lot better. So now it should be less of a controversial love-hate gun, and everybody should love this gun finally. A lot of people converted into the pre-sequel because the pre-sequel is more effective. Maybe just because cryo, but I think they tightened it up a little bit in the pre-sequel from BL2. It seemed a little easier to use. But in this, they tightened it up a lot. So maybe they learned a little bit from TPS and then just made it right. And this is what the Flakker should have been from the beginning, in my opinion. I can't wait to find a ×5 one if that's possible, because that will be insane. Let's see if I can just shoot this and get an idea of the spread. Not really. Wait, is that... No. I was going to say... I wonder if I shoot it close. It can do self-damage on you. It did not used to be able to do that, so... be aware. You can finally kill yourself with a Flakker. That's good to know. New things. Anyways, Flakker is awesome and sweet. I love it. So keep your eyes out for them. Let me know if you have one, what you think on it. And as always, like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification, and follow me on social media to keep up with everything I'm going to be doing. I'm going to make a post on this, but I'm going to stop posting the Let's Plays I'm doing with Katie. And if people want to watch them, they can go to Twitch and watch those. We've had a lot of technical difficulties on that, and there's a couple of stretches that were lost, and it's just not getting many views on them. So obviously I'm going to keep playing the game, but I think it's going to smoother if I stop trying to record those. And it also takes a ton of time to render and upload those, where I could be doing more of these videos, which everyone seems way more interested in these than the Let's Play. I'll eventually do a playthrough, probably solo on my own, and post those to YouTube. This one, it's just given difficulties and taking a lot of extra time, and I'm staying up all night just like rendering and uploading those, and it's just, you know, some of them are 2-hour stretches, which is like a 3-hour render, then like a 3 or 4 hour upload sometimes, and just kind of doing that overnight. And yeah, so I'm going to stop doing those and just focus more on this stuff and the tips and tricks and all that cool stuff. And I think there's more value in that stuff right now. And I'd rather have more valuable videos on my YouTube than just kind of us playing with technical difficulties. So, again, thanks for watching. I hope you don't mind that I'm doing that. I know some of you guys that were watching, but it was probably rough. Yeah, that's it. I'll talk to you all later. Bye.